Okay, so if you're a tech leader, this has probably happened to you. You spend hours putting together a super detailed cloud cost report. You send it over to your engineers and you get crickets. Total silence. It is so frustrating. Well, today we're going to change that. We're going to talk about how to create reports that don't just get read, but actually get engineers to take action. Here's the game plan. First, we're going to figure out why these reports get ignored in the first place. Then we'll talk about a huge mindset shift, moving from just billing people to actually empowering them. After that, we'll get into the specifics, the metrics that engineers really care about. Then we'll build a blueprint for a report that works. And finally, we'll look at the incredible results you can get with this approach. So where does this all go wrong? It really starts with a fundamental disconnect. You've got the world of FinOps over here and the world of engineering over there. And honestly, they often feel like they're miles apart. And that gap, that's the reason your report ends up in the trash. Let's just ask the big question right out of the gate. You've done all the work, right? You've pulled the data, you've made the beautiful charts, you've highlighted all the important trends. So why does it just fall flat? Why is nobody doing anything? This slide really nails it. It's like we're speaking two different languages. The operations and finance teams are looking at the big picture, total spend, budgets, year-over-year growth, and that's all super important for the business. But to an engineer who's deep in the code, those are just abstract numbers. It feels completely disconnected from their daily work, so it's really easy to just mentally file it under someone else's problem. So to fix this, we need to do way more than just make a prettier report. We need a complete shift in what we're trying to accomplish. The whole goal has to change. It's not about getting better at chargebacks. It's about empowerment. And this right here, this is the golden rule. You have to stop thinking of your report as a bill you're sending to another department. Think of it as a blueprint. A great cost report is an engineering tool, plain and simple. It's designed to help your teams build better, more efficient systems. The whole focus moves from blame to enable. All right, so how do we actually build this blueprint? Well, we have to start speaking the right language. And that means using metrics that engineers get, that they respect. And there are 3 of them that are absolute game changers. First up, unit economics. This is all about connecting the infrastructure cost directly to something the business actually does. So instead of saying, hey, this service costs $10,000 a month, you say, you know what? It costs us 12 cents every single time a new user signs up. See the difference? All of a sudden, cost isn't some abstract number anymore. It's a performance metric. Next up, per feature costs. Think about it. Your engineers don't own the entire cloud bill. What they do own are specific features, right? Like the login system or the search bar or the recommendation engine. So when you can actually assign costs directly to those features, you create instant context and a real sense of ownership for the team that's building it. And number 3, this one might be the most powerful for getting quick results. Waste. We're talking about money you are literally throwing away on resources that are providing 0 value. Things like storage that's not attached to anything, or virtual machines that are way too big for their workload. Finding and fixing waste isn't some huge complicated project. It's just good housekeeping, and it's your fastest way to save money. Okay, so we've got our new mindset. It's all about empowerment. And we've got our new language, unit economics, per feature costs, and waste. So now let's put it all together and build the blueprint for a report that engineers will actually read and use. The structure is actually pretty simple. First, and this is critical, stop sending one giant report to the whole organization. Target one specific team. Then lead with the metrics they actually care about, the ones we just talked about. Step 3, get really specific. Show them the exact dollar amount of waste and how much they could save. And finally, and this might be the most important part, tell them what to do next. Give them clear, simple, actionable recommendations. So let's see what this looks like in the real world. Check out this sample report for an auth service team. It has everything. Right at the top, you see the unit economics. The cost per user went up. And look, there's a note about higher latency on GCP. Interesting. Then we see the cost for their new magic link feature. And right here, the low-hanging fruit, $450 in waste from unattached disks with a super clear action, terminate by end of month. This isn't just data. This is a conversation starter. So, what really happens when you start doing this? What's the payoff? Well, the impact is actually way bigger than just cleaning up a few old resources. You start to fundamentally change the culture and how your engineering teams think about cost. And the numbers, well, they speak for themselves. In this example, just one team found $15,000 in potential savings in a single quarter. And because the report was so clear and actionable, they got rid of over 80% of it. That's $12,500, almost right away. That is real money back in the budget. And this right here is the real prize. The ultimate goal isn't just that first chunk of savings. It's creating a culture of cost ownership. When you give engineers the right data in the right context, cost stops being the finance team's problem. It just becomes another system, another puzzle for them to optimize. You're empowering them to directly engineer the company's bottom line. You know, every report you send out tells a story. It shows your teams what you care about and what you prioritize. So the question is, what story are your reports telling right now? Is it a story about abstract accounting and finger pointing? Or is it a story of empowerment, ownership, and engineering excellence? You get to decide.